Welcome back. I hope everybody had a healthy and happy week. Once again, we're trying to do the phone method at the kitchen table.
Yeah, it seemed to work last week.
Yeah, so hopefully everybody can hear us. Rebecca, sorry we missed you. I tried to tune in and catch the last half and...
Yeah, and then we realized, oh, she was live and gone.
Yeah, so we missed out on that, but...
Yeah.
All right, looks like, from what I can see, yeah, looks like we're on here. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any chat, because since we're doing it this way, I need to, hey Noble, welcome in. And Rebecca, yeah, I saw your message that you were here early and ahead of time, and thank you so much. All right.
Okay, I'm there now.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Noble. Hi, everyone who may be watching.
Yes. Okay. So again, we have no plan. We're just here to ramble. So we did. I did get some work done yesterday. It's a long weekend here, and I think it is a long weekend for probably most people watching. At least if you're in either the Canada or the U.S. for Labor Day. And I got lucky. I did not have to work yesterday, so that was nice. I did get some stuff done here at home. I got some painting done, and which was very nice. Today, Cindy and I went to the city, well, a smaller city close by, and picked up some more supplies because everything will be closed tomorrow. But that's okay. I have no excuse but to actually work and get some stuff done. So
yeah, he's got lots to work with.
I have enough to keep me busy all day tomorrow. So
hello, Joy.
Hi, welcome back. It's always good to see the familiar names. So that's the plan. So right now I did get all the red painted on that building I'm working on. Tomorrow I'm going to put up the trim along the roof line and around the I guess it'd be I want to say the windows, but it's all wire mesh. So get that done, get that painted, and then I think all I will have left to do, and I say all I will have left, and it's still quite a bit, is eaves troughs, run the hydro into the barn, like into the individual aviaries, and I still have to build doors and bury some hardware cloth. Not much, right? Not a whole lot, just enough to take a little while longer yet, but it'll be good to get it done.
So one extra weekend day to do it.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have the 3 days. It makes a big difference. Get a lot more done.
And hopefully the temperature will be nice to work tomorrow, because this morning it was cold.
It's to the point now where we can shut off the AC and open the windows. And last night I believe it got down to 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. And I do not have my handy dandy conversion. I'm just going to leave Cindy here for a while. I'm going to get my conversion chart.
I don't know what the conversion is, but this morning we did chores in the morning, and then I checked the temperature right as we came inside because it was cold. It was 6 degrees, feels like 5 Celsius. And yeah, we went from heat waves where you could hardly breathe, it was so humid, to feeling like winter is coming. So I was hoping for a few more pool days, but I don't know. That's what it's going to be like. I think we have to pack up the pool.
I misplaced my chart, but anyway, it's chilly.
Yeah, felt like 5 this morning.
Yeah. Oh, it felt like 5. So that's only 5 degrees above freezing. So to give you an idea, if you're not sure what works out to in Celsius Fahrenheit, but anyway, it's cooling off quickly. September in these parts can either be quite warm. We might get a warm stretch still, but I'm hoping. I hate to take the pool down already. It just seems like such a big waste of water.
It feels like we had no enjoyable summer. We either had one big, huge, long heat wave or cold. There was no comfortable, warm.
Welcome to Canada.
Yeah. I don't know.
We have 2 seasons. Well, no, we have 4, but it sure feels like 2 sometimes. Anyway, so before I forget, Robbie from the Wild Huckleberry did reach out and mention that they are not going to have their live today. They have the Lord's Supper at their church, and they plan to attend that. So I don't expect to see them pop on our live either, because I assume it's a busy day overall. So just a heads up for you guys that they will not be having theirs. He did mention somebody might take their place, and I feel like he said Ryan, which I believe that's Farm to Table.
I think so.
They may take that spot. I haven't heard for sure, so just a heads up. But I still, as far as I know, I still believe Hippie Callier and Money Pit will be doing theirs.
Mhm.
So anyway, yeah. What else? What else we got?
I don't know. That's what our weeks are like. We just
Yeah,
we
it's a blur.
do and
I did tear
Yeah,
down
we
the big brooder that I have in the garage.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
nice.
don't know if you guys saw our last video. We lost a bunch of ducklings and some pheasants that I had in the brooder because, well, I didn't know what happened. But I went back and looked at a camera that I have set up in the shop, and we ended up having a big rat that had went in and I guess
5 ducklings and 1 pheasant.
pigged out.
Yeah.
So
in the morning I went in to do chores and I'm looking and only 2 little ducklings are waddling away from me and I'm looking. And then afterwards I came in and I'm like, you didn't move any ducks last night when you came home like midnight or 2 a.m. And he looked at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, they're not there.
It was a big loss, but
Yeah.
I haven't yet got it either. I've got some traps set, but I'll be happy when I can know that it's gone, even though there's probably more around. Welcome in, my green thumbs. Hope you're doing well. And Noble mentions that it was 58 degrees there, or 14.4 this morning, and it's 32.2 or 90 now. Wow. Or 32 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, ours is comfortable now.
Well, we're comfortable, but we're
not there.
We're
No.
nowhere near that. I think earlier when we went to pick up supplies, the reading in the truck was about 19 degrees Celsius, so not even 70. I don't think. Well, maybe right around 70. So yeah, it's changing quickly.
Yeah, I really don't look forward to having to put on extra layers just to go outside.
Or breaking the water and all the fun stuff that goes along with winter time, but it's coming for us. That's why I'm really in a big push mentally to get that those other aviaries done so that I can get the hydro in and make sure that we're good for plugging in water warming equipment and things like that.
Yeah, that is super helpful. There's nothing more frustrating than having the water frozen over.
I wondered why I didn't recognize the name. So my green thumbs, this is Tracy. It used to be Grow What You Eat. The name is now more flexible to me. More flexibility. Yeah. Oh, good idea.
Very nice. So is it a new channel or were you able to change the name?
I think just the name change.
I didn't realize we could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, anyway. That's been the week so far. A lot of overtime and things like that. So I did a real impromptu video during the week to try to get something done. I'm going to try to get something done maybe tomorrow or Tuesday as well, just to give you a little update on my progress. But yeah, it's a blessing and a curse, right? Because we're so busy at work that it's good for job security and things like that, as everybody knows. But it definitely makes it harder to get things done. So I somehow have managed to make it so I can't see the chat. Oh yes, okay. Okay, in Clarksville, Tennessee, that's where Noble's talking about the temperature, just south of the Kentucky border. Nice.
It's funny how much warmer it can be just a few hours south.
Noble, I think that's the one place I could probably get Cindy to move to would be Tennessee. It's like her favorite destination if we're traveling south.
I don't want to move, but I do like Tennessee.
Yeah.
I would definitely go back.
Yeah, we've only gone a couple times. I drove through many times, but we've only gone and actually vacationed there a couple of times.
And how fun was Nashville?
Definitely. On Gatlinburg. We haven't been over to the, I guess it'd be the west side, like Memphis and things like that. Haven't been that direction, but.
Well, we'll have to stop there on our way to see all these other YouTubers.
Right? Yeah.
And to go digging for diamonds. That's our last conversation.
Robbie, I did not expect to see you. I was telling everybody that you're not doing your live today, and that I just assumed that you guys would probably be too busy to even show up at ours.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, definitely welcome in. We were complaining about how cool it's gotten now, Robbie, but it sounds like down in your neck of the woods it's still pretty hot. So
yeah, for us it felt like 5 degrees Celsius this morning.
Yeah.
So that's probably unheard of for you guys.
It's changing quickly. So I never did get that brat yet, Robbie, by the way. I'm still working on that. Hey, Donald and Lisa, welcome in. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything on here. But, so what else do we do? We did some thrift store shopping this morning. Well, Cindy did. I stayed in the truck.
Every opportunity I can get.
Yeah, I had already picked up the building supplies, so I didn't. I stayed with the truck just in case.
Yeah.
We've never really had an issue that way. Nothing's really walked away.
No.
But you always read things, you know, online or in the local conversations on Facebook and things like that, and where people say, so, do you recognize this person? Where they basically had stuff taken from their vehicles or from their front yards or whatever.
Sometimes there's videos.
Yeah. So I guess I don't want to become one of those victims, spending enough money on these buildings as it is, let alone have stuff walk away.
They'd have to have a truck, though.
Yeah, that's the only good thing. You have to have a truck to take it. But my truck's got an 8-foot box, so fortunate that way. It's not any good for the family. I basically use it to go back and forth to work and when I pick up supplies or feed and things like that.
It does the things a truck should do.
It does what a truck's supposed to do, yeah. But when I went to the lumber yard today, it was like Home Depot and Rona. I don't know if you guys have Rona. It used to be Lowe's. And there was a gentleman that had a truck with a short box, and he was outside. It must have been cheaper to buy the longer lumber because he was outside cutting the lumber in half before he put it in his truck.
Seems kind of funny.
78 in Oklahoma. Nice. That's a pretty comfortable temperature. And Donald and Lisa are outside putting some chicken thighs in the smoker.
Nice.
Wow.
And Tracy, yes, I agree completely. Treasure hunt. That's what thrift shops are, a treasure hunt.
Yeah, Cindy just adores those stores.
I do. I don't shop anywhere else, really.
No.
Like, I don't go shopping. I can't stand them all.
I don't remember the last time actually any of us bought new clothes, or it's always new to us, but
yeah, the fanciest I go is to Walmart, but
and that's
I really prefer.
That's really if you can't find something somewhere else. So
for sure.
So Robbie's 92 right now, 33 degrees Celsius. Yeah, those days are probably gone for us. We may get lucky to get a little spurt sometime before the end of September, but I think
now we are at 22 degrees. Feels like 22 degrees.
We got up to 22. Okay. Yeah, because you figure by the end of October here, by Halloween, it's usually either wet snow or rain.
We could have snow by Halloween.
We could have snow, but typically it won't stay until possibly Christmas or sometimes even after. But either way, you know, even though you live here your whole life, in my situation anyway, I don't like winter. I've never embraced it. I'm not a skier or a snowshoer, and in the area we live in, you can't even really have like at one time years ago you could have snowmobiles and things like that, but now it's to the point where I think to have a snowmobile around here, you're just throwing your money away because it would just sit majority of the time. And
Yeah, we're born and raised in Canada, but we still dread the snow.
yeah. Nezuko Komodo,
Hello.
welcome in. Hello.
Robbie and Sonia had no snow at all last year.
Yeah, do you get snow typically? There's no snow period. Okay, but I just assumed you wouldn't even get any that far down, but maybe there is. Well, I guess I did see Texas got nailed last year.
True.
So I suppose it could hit there. It could, as far as I'm concerned, it could all go there. I'll be honest with you. I'm quite content sharing.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Yeah, and I don't need to see the snow. I've seen enough of it. How was my day or evening? Actually, my day was good. Thank you for asking, Uzoko. It wasn't super productive, but I did get materials because tomorrow in this area there will be nothing open for the holiday. So I have enough that'll keep me busy all day tomorrow, and then I go back to work. I'm on days next week, so I'll be my guess is I'll probably be going in early a couple hours each day, but I won't know until I get back in there. But I'll be back in the plant I normally work in anyway, because last week I was covering a different location.
Yeah, so he gets up really early when he has to do overtime ahead of time.
Yeah. Well, not compared to Donald. I remember,
No, that's true.
having that
Yeah.
conversation. I believe he's up at
Yeah.
like 3 a.m.
Yeah, by choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they say that's a good habit to have. They say you're far better off getting up early than you are staying up late as far as productivity and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I see that I'm missing a few comments here. So you usually get a little snow, eh, Robbie? Well, a little is enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
In
the
my
first snow is pretty. After that, it's unnecessary.
The Aquatic News Network.
Hi.
Welcome in again, and you're lurking in the garden. You're lurking, but you're working in the garden. Oh, really appreciate that, Nezuko. Thank you so much. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
anybody that's watching. If you don't mind hitting that thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, we of course would love to have more subscribers. It definitely helps our channel get some more attention.
And Robbie wants to know, are you a little less tired and stressed?
I feel, it's having the 3 days off. I'm going to dread, honestly, I'm going to dread the end of the day tomorrow when I have to go back to work, but because it's going to be, because even last week, like I said, I was covering in a different location, which had its own issues, but the location I normally work at, I was still seeing all the emails and all the issues that we were having, and I know what I'm going back into, so but still having the 3 days, it feels nice.
Mm-hmm. And it'll be a shorter work week coming back.
Yeah, well, yes, but not.
Even if you have to do overtime, then I guess it'll be a regular work week.
Yeah, I do expect I'll probably be there at least part of the weekend next weekend. Yeah, but thank you for asking. It's nice because I feel like I guess the reason I'm feeling better is I feel like I'm getting some stuff done here, and that was definitely weighing on me, especially with the cooler temperatures, because it's just you expect.
That's a really good feeling to be productive and get something done that stays done, like actually gets accomplished. You can see it.
Yeah,
it's done.
Now I noticed because we got some rain there last week, I did cut the grass, and now it looks like I need to cut the grass again. Down syndrome, Jesus. Are we related? Yes, we're married. But no,
That's
we're
the
not.
relationship, yeah.
That's the relationship. But yes, definitely, it's nice to get things done.
Oh, okay. I was trying to understand Donald or Lisa. Yeah, I've had a couple of sponsorship or commercial pages pop up during my chat too. I had to click them away.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Hi,
interesting.
John.
Hey, John, welcome in. Good to see you again. John, what's your temperature today? It's getting kind of chilly here. You're probably not as hot as it was either. I would assume you're not super far away from us. Yeah, as soon as it got that rain, that's the same thing that's happened here, Robbie. It's just
So nice.
I
when
finally
it just
got it.
rains.
Yeah, I finally got it cut, and it was kind of long, so it was a little extra work. And I'm trying to get this other stuff done. As I'm walking around the yard, I can tell it needs cut again, but I'm just kind of reluctant right now to spend the time needed to do that. But of course, if I leave it, it's just going to be that much worse. So.
But it made the garden look so much better when you cut it last.
Yeah, the garden
so
was
better.
Because I have to cut around all the trees and all the raised beds and things like that, and it was getting pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
But so John says it's still in the 80s there, but it was 57 this morning. We were talking earlier. It felt like 5 degrees Celsius here when we got up this morning.
22 right now.
Yeah, 22 degrees Celsius right now, so around 70.
Yeah, I've never seen that the ad pop-ups during the chat before either. New to me this week as well.
Yeah, I've noticed when I've been watching some other channels too that now even when I skip an ad, a little box stays up on the screen and it continues to advertise for a second, I guess, while it plays the video again. So they're definitely changing things. Your phone said it was raining here this morning, but only issue is it wasn't raining.
Yeah,
well,
that happens a lot.
It's funny because I remember when my father-in-law was still around. My mother-in-law and father-in-law each had their own little computer in the living room, and they both had the same weather app on their computer, and they would be getting totally different forecasts in the same location. So it was kind of.
Well, this way the app's not wrong. In some sense, it has to be right. Just like when the same app will tell you on the same page that there's like a 10% chance of 10 millimeters of rain.
Yeah, there's a possibility
of a whole bunch of rain. A very small possibility.
Right. So, any garden updates?
Things are finishing off. Yeah. The buttercup squash is doing fine. The corn's ready to be picked. There's just 3 short rows of sweet corn, peaches and cream corn. And the tomatoes, we've been getting the small ones ripening for quite a while now, but now the big ones are starting to redden and the plants are just about ready to go away. Yeah, no more zucchini. There's just one out there growing for seed. Cucumbers are, I'd say, done. Yeah, I don't know. I've been picking the apples to make applesauce.
Yeah, everything you just see everything's kind of dying off now.
I was gonna plant more green beans today actually, but then this morning I'm like, should I? It's getting so cold so fast. Are they gonna have time? I don't know.
Yeah, just trying to plan ahead now. Same as our rabbits. I haven't really bred the rabbits much over the summer because we had so much. Our freezers, to be honest, were quite full, especially after we processed the chickens because we did the 50 meat birds, and so just kind of held off with the rabbits and let them kind of be and rejuvenate, however you want to look at it. So I think we just started yesterday breeding them again, so I can hopefully get a few litters in the freezer before it actually gets cold again. Because obviously when it's minus 10 or minus 15 outside. I don't really want to be out butchering and things like that, because if I get my garage done this year, like cleaned up, I do have a wood stove sitting in there that I have to get in place, but I still have to buy the wall insert. That's really the only thing stopping me from, aside from time, the only thing stopping me from getting this all in place is getting that insert, because I have the metal that I can put up on the walls, and all the pipe I need except for that one insert. So if I get that in place, then I can actually warm it up in there, and it will be a little easier to work with tools and things like that, and knives as far as processing.
And I have to get the Holland lop spread as well, so we can have some litters that we sell off as pets. I do have one litter right now of 7, so it's a nice big litter, and she's taking good care of them.
That's always good.
Yeah.
It's a little extra income that comes along, because it's always,
people love their pets.
Yeah. And having said that, it's funny. It's not funny, but it's funny, because Cindy and I sat down today, because we had bought. Well, actually, we didn't. It came as like part of our investment thing. We had free wills, I guess, with, and this is not an ad, just so you know. But we filled out our wills with willfully.com, I believe it's called, and we're going through everything, and there's a section in there for pets.
Name your pets.
So, and we're just like skip because it's like pets. Geez, where do you start, right? And I thought it just kind of struck me that there was a whole section for pets, but I guess
some people treat their pets exactly like
I was
children.
just gonna say, I guess at the end of the day, there are a lot of people that their pets are like their kids too. I suppose I could have a section that just says so and so has to take care of all the animals when I'm gone. But
we love our pets, but they are different than our children, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So, but something else we got off our plate this weekend anyway. We just have to get them signed and witnessed and things like that. But
hello, Dyer Family Farm.
hello, Jack.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, welcome in. You're in a crowd. Well, we still appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much. Can't quite tell what that is up there on the screen. I used to using this.
I'm not sure what you mean.
There's a pop up there. I couldn't understand what it was, but anyway. So what else do we have here? So we have 18 people in, guys. So if you don't mind making sure you hit that thumbs up for us, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do that as well. Yeah, Robbie, it's something I've always postponed because I always thought, whatever. But I guess it's the responsible thing to do. Like, as far as I'm concerned, if something happens, it's all on Cindy's shoulders anyway. She can decide what's best as far as distribution and things like that down the road. But
we did fill it out.
But we did fill it out anyway. The hard part was, things like what is that section where if you're can't do things if you're incapacitated or whatever, and the person has to make decisions for you. And then I had to look at her closely and think to myself, how well will this go for me? But of course I'm joking. I have no concerns whatsoever as far as
so we're working on getting healthier.
Yeah,
we're still filling that out.
Yeah, but it is good to have it done. Well, almost done. So what do we got? Am I missing anything here? Farm Mall and Fords, welcome back. Yeah. So that was off the plate too, and it actually felt a little bit, little relieved, I suppose, to get that done. Now we just have to find a couple people that we entrust to sign off and things like that.
Yeah. It
But
has to be people not associated.
yeah, it can't be anybody that has anything to do with the will itself. So and it always kind of feels weird to have to ask somebody, right? Like, can you go over this for me and sign off? Because of course you're sharing a very personal arrangement, I guess you might say. So we talked about the garden.
Yeah.
And we talked about the bunnies.
So
And you guys, I don't know if you watched the last video, but I did introduce Ben or Benjamin or Benji
Benny.
or Benny. So we're hoping he's been doing really well with the girls. They were bullying him a bit when he first.
Oh, they still butt heads, but he holds his own now.
Yeah, but he's I mean, he's smaller than they are, right? But he's got the horns at least, so he can defend himself.
Mm-hmm.
Asma, welcome in.
Hello.
Hopefully I'm saying
Thanks
your
for
name.
joining us.
Hopefully I'm saying your name right. But thank you very much.
So things we have to do. Hopefully not yet, but we do have to take down the pool.
Yeah, I don't want to do that yet. I really hope we can get as much use of it as possible because it just seems like a high cost for the short season, right?
Yeah, and the kids were learning to swim and they made great progress this summer. So I'd like to continue that.
Yeah, it was good that way. It's nice to see their confidence building up and things like that because we always avoid going to the beach and places like that because we're with there's so many of them, right? Just I mean not compared to some families. So we do have 4 younger children. So we're always worried that if we go into the areas because
some are more cautious than others.
Right, the lakes around here are rather large, as you know if you're familiar with geography. The Great Lakes are very huge bodies of water, and there's some pretty nasty,
like oceans, right?
Pretty nasty currents in some of the locations. So we're always like, as much as we want to go to the beach and hang out, you always see pictures of people hanging out at the beach, but we're always fearful that, especially 1 or 2 of our kids that seem to have no fear, will.
Well, there's been a few news stories just this summer of people in nearby large lakes. Being taken by the undertow and stuff.
Yeah, so we prefer just to keep the backyard pool. Obviously they can be dangerous as well, but not as much as because we at least with this we take the ladder out, things like that. You feel a little more.
Yeah, the ladder goes out to swim and gets put away at the end of it.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, they've made great strides. So hello, kids, good job.
Yes.
Yeah. So then we'll have to put away trampolines eventually. Not yet.
Oh, I hate that job. I won't lie to you. The trampolines drive me bonkers. They're one of my least favorite things here. We have 2 of them.
They get used though. They do.
They get used, but because of where we live, we have to dismantle them every fall, put them back up every spring, and while they are up, I can't cut the grass around them because I have to fasten them down to the ground because we get so much wind that I always have to be worried they'll get taken away. So I can't just, leave, anyway. I'm just complaining again, not that it really matters.
We still have to integrate some of our birds into the coops as they grow a little older. Something to do before winter.
Yeah, lots of that stuff to do. And the only thing we really haven't, that hasn't really totally developed yet, and I'm kind of surprised, is the Jerusalem artichoke.
Yeah, the flowers aren't out yet.
They're not flowering yet.
But we just had a couple of volunteer sunflowers actually open up. So
really,
yeah,
it seems
too much heat. Or
maybe it's the hot summer. Everything held off a little bit. I'm not sure, but
the Jerusalem artichokes are looking good and healthy. They're lots of tall plants, just no flowers yet.
This year we're going to be smart about it though, and we're going to leave them in the ground because we tried to put them in buckets last winter in dirt, but it didn't. They didn't keep. So from what we've read, you're better off, I guess, just digging them out as you want to use them because they're too perishable.
Yeah, I'm doing the same for the carrots because it didn't work last year either. I know they'll keep for a long time in the fridge, but any extras, keeping them in a tote of sand and dirt, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, they disappeared.
They did.
It was the weirdest darn thing.
They went away.
Yeah, we
I was digging around to get some, and there was nothing there. They were gone.
I don't know how these things disappeared, guys, but we had a tote with a lid.
No holes, nothing got to them.
No hole in this thing. And we layered sand, carrots. And when we went to use them, no carrots. They were just gone. So I don't know if it's possible, maybe, because it would have to be something very small. So maybe ants. Didn't see any signs. That's the only thing I can think of that would.
Unless they just disintegrated.
Yeah, unless they just somehow disappeared, like became part of the. Yeah. Anyway, if you guys have any idea what happened, you can let me know, because
I know, it was like the ducklings.
It's an unsolved mystery.
But anyway, not doing that again.
No, that was.
I'm going to leave them in the dirt as well, and I have heard that they're sweeter after the first frost, so.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Let the ground take care of the Jerusalem artichokes and the carrots until we need them.
Yeah, and that way, whenever we don't use it, we don't have to plant either. It just comes back, replenishes.
For those, yeah, the Jerusalem artichokes.
Yeah. So I just noticed that the phone isn't charging, so I'm hoping that the actual phone that we're using is got a good charge on it. So
Hopefully.
if we suddenly disappear, it's because it went dead. But I don't think so.
Oh, hopefully. What do we have? 24 minutes, 23 minutes till our time is up. But of course, we can cut out a few minutes early if needed to allow people to move on to Hippie Cow Yay.
Hippie Cow Yay. I'm assuming, Jack, you're probably doing your live today, and Money Pit. Northern Farmers, yes.
We do.
I haven't watched them in quite a while because haven't been able to keep up to everybody.
But we enjoy their channel.
Yeah.
We
bags them and puts them in the fridge. Yeah, and we could do that now.
I think I'll do that.
We could now. Last year we didn't have we put a fridge in our basement.
Right. Fridge space, yeah.
And we didn't have a fridge otherwise, but we had to get something bigger to keep eggs in anyway. And yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, we enjoy that channel, and I have seen her do that. I think we'll do that with at least some of them. And
fermenting.
I've never fermented carrots.
No.
But fermented food is good for you.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that too, Joy, because that's one thing they recommend too with the Jerusalem artichoke is to ferment it, because I guess it does take away some of the gassiness that it gives your body. So yeah, that's a possibility too.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I don't like about the Jerusalem artichoke is it's like ginger with all the little nooks and crannies, and it's like, how am I gonna peel this?
Oh yeah.
Put it in a jar, but today's show was about storing carrots. Okay, we might have to go and catch that.
Yeah, because I've seen one before that they did about the same thing.
Hello, Auntie Jen.
Yes, welcome in. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, well, it's good to know that something so simple will keep them for a long time, because that was a huge disappointment.
Especially because there was so much work.
I know. I had dried them out on the deck, like got the coating dried out.
I brushed them.
Yep, did it all right, so we thought, and then they were just gone. There was like no sign of them whatsoever.
Yeah. But I guess work smarter, not harder.
Yes, fridge sounds good.
Fridge sounds good.
Fermenting a few sounds good. Yeah. And that way I'll be more willing to plant carrots again next year.
Yeah. So this morning I did go out and in our one coop we have a whole bunch of young hens, and we've had an issue lately where, because our nesting boxes, it's all one solid piece. It's probably, I don't know, 6, 7 feet long.
About a foot off the ground.
Not even. Maybe 6, 8 inches off the floor. And a bunch of the younger birds have taken to laying nests underneath these nesting boxes.
Yeah, a whole bunch. We used to always get like 2 or 3 laid in the corner, but
Yeah.
almost out, not quite underneath it. But now there's like 2 or 3 individual nests far deep against the
Underneath.
wall
And you have to get on your hands and knees in the chicken coop of all places
and feel around for the eggs.
to get these eggs out. So this
And
morning,
feel around and peek.
this morning I went out and put up some. I didn't use the actual wire, but I just used the plastic. Almost looks like a plastic hardware cloth, and I stapled it all around like a curtain on the bottom of the nest box, hoping that it's enough to keep them from going under there, because wow, what a pain in the butt. But
yeah, he just discovered that today, but
yeah, like I said,
I
I was collecting the eggs, and I said to Cindy, I said, I got like 7 eggs underneath this nest box platform.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh yeah, every day. I'm like,
yeah, usually more than that.
So that was something else I got done this morning, I guess. Hopefully it resolves it.
Those young birds have to learn how to use the box.
Yeah. And hopefully it will be they'll probably just move on to a different spot. The other place they like to make us go is underneath all the roosts.
That's almost worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they are laying well. They're fairly small eggs still, but once they get bigger and we can add them to our collection of eggs that get sold, they're going to be really helpful.
Auntie Jan, that's always a challenge. I can't say I'm the best at it either. I've gotten so fairly familiar with some of the channel names, like the actual names. But I need to make a list. I really do, because I am one of those people actually in real life that will never forget your face, but I can know you for years, walk up to you, and I'll be like, if I have to introduce you to somebody.
Yeah, he tells me that if we're talking to somebody like in a store or something and he doesn't introduce me, it's because he forgot that person's name.
Yeah, I feel bad about that, but it's honestly just part of the way my brain works. I can remember faces. I'll remember a face for years, and but names, it seems to come and go. It's one time I'll remember, the next second I won't.
I'm even worse. I'm like, I know you, but
why? Why do I?
Yeah,
know you?
Exactly. Where from? Because if it was a few years back, it's
some days she says that to me.
Where do I know you from?
Where do I know you from? No, of course I'm kidding. That's a scary thought, but I guess that is possible that could happen.
No, but if it was somebody like you worked with years ago or something,
yeah,
it's like I know you. I can sometimes even remember the name, but I just don't know why I know that.
Exactly. So having said that, just in case you are writing this all down, my name is Bert.
I'm Cindy.
Right. And for anybody else that happens to be watching and isn't already familiar.
Yeah, and I am in no way offended if you forget 5 million times, because that's what I would do.
Yeah, no big.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so everybody can throw their name out there in the chat to help. When you remember things at 3 a.m.
Yeah. When you're laying there, you're supposed to be sleeping, and it's like it comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I totally get that.
Don't you hate that when your brain's just going crazy at 3 a.m. and you desperately want to sleep?
Oh, I was wondering what your names are. Yeah. Yeah. Thing 1 and thing 2. Actually, that's what we call our kids.
Yeah, we
call our kids
things
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I think sometimes I debate about putting the names in the name, but then that makes it a little tricky.
You mean in the channel name?
In the channel name, but then it gets kind of long.
Yeah. See, before when we were using a different streaming program, you'd put our names.
Yeah,
just on the screen there.
Yeah, I don't think YouTube gives you all those fancy options, as far as I can tell. I debated about because I know Restream does have a phone app as well, and I thought about just using it, but then it didn't seem maybe worthwhile. So I find when I stream to YouTube and to Rumble, it's very, very seldom that anybody on Rumble actually tunes in anyway. So I find the last time what I did is I turned around and uploaded the live after the fact on Rumble, and it actually had more views being uploaded when it wasn't live than it normally gets when I do a live. And then, so I don't know, but then.
That's interesting. Well, we could always just use name tags. What my name is.
My name
And where
is.
it in the
my
video.
name is.
That
Yeah.
works, right?
If lost, return to. I think, yeah, you do a good job, Robbie.
You do a very good job, yeah. I'm somebody who has to see things in writing to visually remember. Like if somebody says this is somebody's name, I'm going to forget.
Yeah.
But if I see it, then I can kind of go back in my memory and see it again sometimes.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's why when I was in school and studying for tests, I would have to write down notes in my own handwriting and then kind of go back and read it in my mind. Hard to describe, but yeah, it has to be in my own writing.
I can't read my writing, so I don't. I try not.
That's sad. Your own?
Well, it's a challenge, but I mean, my hand is messed up. I don't have the greatest penmanship, but sometimes if it's been a while, if I look back on my chicken scratch, I'm like, what was I trying to say there? But, anyway,
You look like you're.
well, I'm just thinking, you'll soon get rid of all those pots around the house too.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of extra tomato plants and things like that that are everywhere in our yard.
Yeah, and it's the weirdest thing. I won't do it again. I won't use pots again because most of them couldn't take the heat and they just died off. But then in each area that I have these pots, there's one or two that are just lush and beautiful. And I don't understand because all their little neighbors are dead. And some have these big green leaves and tomatoes growing on them, and the pots are the same size as the others.
I wonder if they rooted through the pot into the ground.
You did mention that. That's a possibility because I have no other answer.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense because really they shouldn't have turned out that good based on the dryness and the heat, and I didn't water them that often. So they just had the will to survive.
So Auntie Jan, are you referring to the lives? A lot of people do the lives in the vertical because you tend to get more people watching that are on phones. I think that's probably the reason that people choose to do that. I like going horizontal. I prefer horizontal, but we do find you don't get near as many people dropping in.
Yeah,
we don't get a ton anyway, but.
And as far as videos go, long form are typically horizontal, where shorts are typically vertical.
Yeah, true. But maybe some others in the chat will have more to say about that too.
Yeah, we like the vertical better now that the camera's further away.
Yeah, it was harder before. We were using the vertical on the computer.
Yeah, we'd have to sit this close, and you'd only see like.
Cindy would have to sit on my lap.
Not quite, but.
But yeah, this the wild huckleberry there, Robbie and Sonia, they always had their camera on the table and further back, and it does work a lot better. Mm-hmm. Especially if you have like I have this extra phone. I mean, if you look at the screen, it's like a spider web because it's broken, but it lets me at least read the comments because from here I can't really.
No, it'd be too.
I can't really make them out on the phone that we're using to record.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great, Auntie Jan. we'll have to get your videos when you start posting more. You're working on a new shed. That's cool.
Livable. So is this like a shed to the
Like a she
home,
shed?
like a conversion, or now you got my curiosity?
Thank you, Donald and Lisa, for posting the link.
Yeah, I don't know what's changed, Robbie, but I don't know if YouTube's not promoting like they were before, because yeah, we don't get nearly as many people from other parts of the world and things like that. Your chat's not keeping up, or
Mine's not going beyond the link. I'll read off yours.
oh, it's taken 6 months just to get the electrical
there we
set
go.
up.
Hold up.
Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, well, it's a lot of work for sure, but I'm curious. Let's see what you're doing there. Yeah, because I'm in the middle of building some stuff right now as well, but mine is meant for to keep some of our poultry and stuff over the winter, and to keep our tractor, our little Kubota in, and our lawn tractor.
Yeah, what size is your shed?
Yeah, well, Robbie, you're right. They do seem to like Donald and Lisa. I noticed that too. They get a lot
What's not
of
to like?
they get a lot of people from other parts of the world tuning in, and I don't know what it is, but yeah, we're not fortunate enough to get that as much anymore, because it was really neat to see where people were watching from.
It got interesting, but it was.
Yeah, some.
neat.
I mean, you get the trolls, of course, but
Yeah, you get a bunch that have no interest in the theme, homesteading, but it was still kind of neat. Auntie Jan, yeah, it's a very nice community. We've met some really good friends.
it is. Yeah, it is. And everybody's got such a different, not super different story, but there's a lot of neat different channels out there that show their own spin on things. So it's always kind of cool. You get to learn from each other.
Yeah. Yeah, and we get a lot of good suggestions when we're having little hiccups here and there.
One of these days we'll actually meet some of these people. I mean, we do these lives, and it's kind of cool because you can see people, and sometimes when you're doing the multiple people on a live, it's kind of cool too, because it's like
You
having
have
a
to see faces.
face-to-face conversation. But it would be really neat one of these times to get down to some of these meetups and places like that.
Yes, that's right. The trolls may need friends too, for sure. Some of them are pretty nice.
Well, yeah, it's funny because there's even the odd one, I'm sure you guys have seen it too, where they start off as a troll. They start off in their comments, you're kind of looking at them thinking, oh, that's kind of weird. But then when they don't get the reaction they want, it's like they come around and they start, behaving properly or normal. Yeah. And they actually, sometimes they even subscribe, and you see them more than once, but it's almost like that initial, they go for a certain initial reaction. I'm not sure exactly why, but.
Yeah, some are very friendly. We've had some come on just telling jokes, and that was awesome. They're perfectly nice.
Yeah.
Kept the chat going. It was cool.
Yeah, I've never tried the premium Auntie Jan. I don't typically subscribe to much of anything, or not subscribe, I shouldn't say that. No, I'm like to pay. I try not to pay for
buy a subscription.
Subscription, yeah. I'm even debating about whether my Amazon Prime is really worthwhile, because I don't really watch Prime TV. I watch YouTube, and I watch whatever I can find online. So there's always that debate in my mind. Is it really worth the shipping? Because I find anymore, you don't get the super fast shipping, at least not, it doesn't seem like it. But
yeah, for me, the only benefit to Prime is the fast shipping, and sometimes they have those Prime deals that you can only get that price if you're a member, but they're making it so it seems less worthwhile. because now there's all these qualifications and, you know, you have to meet this and this to get this.
to get all the special stuff out of it. So I don't know, might not be worthwhile. I can sooner use my money for other things. And I don't mind watching the odd commercial or, you know, and I always have my finger ready to skip. At the same time, you know, they got to make their money too. They got to make their money so they can pay some of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. You treat them right, and hopefully they see past it and return. Once again, there's a fly buzzing around here.
We went on a fly hunt right before.
It's not as bad as it was when it was warm outside.
No.
It was brutal, but
Yeah, they still get in though with taking the dog out and kids going in and out. There's always flies.
Yeah, but
right now they're not terrible because when it gets closer to winter, it's like they get dumb and they're just constantly trying to dive bomb you and hit your
I
head.
noticed the turkeys really seem to attract them, and they're nowhere near the house. But we tried to get those fly traps, you know, those hanging fly traps, the green netting, and you put the bait on the bottom. I hung one of those with the turkeys, but and I did it multiple times because the turkeys kept taking it down. But so that didn't work out so well. So Auntie Jan is in Arkansas as well.
Oh, nice.
A lot of YouTubers in the southern parts, it seems.
Yeah. And that feels like it makes sense because homesteading just doesn't mean you have to live in the South, but it just feels like a southern kind of thing.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Okay, we're down to 3 minutes, guys.
Oh, wow.
So I think we're going to start talking about winding this up because I assume that Hippie Callier is going to have their live, and we want to make sure everybody has a chance to pop over there. And as I mentioned earlier, Robbie and Sonia are tied up tonight.
But enjoy your
yes, enjoy your outing,
event.
guys.
Yeah.
Definitely a worthwhile place to be.
Phone's doing something.
Yeah, my phone is doing something over there. Canadians and Southerners are the best stories. Yeah, the ones in between, well, you know. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Very different stories, right? That's what makes it interesting. Because I mean, even as Money Pit was talking earlier about more than farmers, they're over there in Ohio, right? And you know, their weather situation is quite a bit different. They seem to have a lot of different issues with soil there and things like that. But that's what makes it interesting. Moved from St. Louis 2 years ago. Talk about culture shock. Yeah, I bet. That's part of the allure for us when we go down there, because when you get down in those southern states, it's a pleasant change.
Yeah.
You might say it's
seems relaxed and just inviting.
Of course, you get that no matter where you are. Like even here, you know, if you go to the East Coast or the West Coast, it's such a different vibe as opposed to where we are in the kind of central eastern part of the country here.
Even if you just go into the city, it feels different than going out into the country.
You know, the town I work in, because like I said earlier, I had to go to a different location, and there's 3 locations in the town I work in. But it's in a different area of the town, and I have to go through 4 street lights, 4 stoplights to get to that location, and it's enough to drive me bonkers, which is pretty sad. But where I normally work, I can skirt the town, and when I go in, I have to go to 1 stoplight, and then that's it. And
it seems like when you hit a red, you're going to hit all the reds.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, weird place I've ever been placed out of Arizona. The place is inside a snow globe of different, like walking into a movie set. That sounds really neat.
Uh-huh.
Farmall wants to make sure that if they missed anybody, that they're saying hello back because they're busy peeling and canning. And
thank you, Robbie and Sonia, for putting the link up to the next live.
Yes, Yes, everybody
We
jump
are
over
gonna
there.
get out of here.
Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Just head on over to Hippie Callier's Homestead Live. Robbie just posted the link. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining us again. I gotta see if I can figure out how to shut this off.
Have
Ciao,
a great
guys.
week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.